fanboys in a room with a mic? From video games, comics, and movies to uncensored social commentary, nothing is off limits. With your hosts, Pistol Pete Jr., The Blue Guy, Chuck Ditch, G-Roll, and Player 2. This is The Real Press Start. So sit down, load up, log in, and press start.
We are now. What's going on, everybody? A week.
Whatever happened to welcome to the Real Press Start?
Well, we have the intro music.
I'm
now.
your host,
Yeah, I kind of missed that. I don't like that.
Pistol Pete fucking Jr.
I mean, we could always bring that back. I'll just do away with the intro
I
music.
mean, you can have the
You
intro
could have the
and
intro music and then get
And
rid
still
of
do
your
that?
stupid fucking. You guys want to touch yourself?
um,
Talking about stupid shit.
why didn't we do an episode last week?
because I passed out after the fight,
Yeah, I was extremely
and
fucked
then
up.
the next day we were just too dead.
Yeah, I was fucking gone that
And then
night.
Monday I texted you like, hey, when do you want to do the show? You never replied back.
I don't think I ever got that text. If I did, I don't remember.
I got it.
I think I went to work early that day. I didn't see it till I was already on my way to work or something. But yeah. So that was a good fight.
Yeah,
That was a hell of a fight.
that's a good decision.
It was a fucking shitty decision.
So why'd they make her step down? The Adelaide Bird?
Well,
Other than the
just for a
obvious?
while, I think.
Yeah, here I have the story right here though. The judge at the center of the controversy, Adelaide Bird, she's been temporarily stood down. There was a decision from blah blah blah. Hold on. There was the Nevada Athletic Commissioner forced to. He was, I'm not gonna put her right back in. She'll still be in the business, but she needs to catch her breath. They're saying that she's like because she's been kind of
How
getting.
long?
It doesn't say. It brought about comparisons to a situation in 2013 where Judge C.J. Ross retired after receiving barrages of criticism for his assessment of Manny Pacquiao versus Timothy Bradley and Floyd Mayweather versus Alvarez. Because I think he gave Alvarez.
He gave it a draw, I think.
I think, yeah.
Against Mayweather versus.
Canelo?
I think he might have even gave it to Canelo.
I think he did give it
And
Canelo.
like Canelo got his ass beaten that fight.
Yeah.
He got embarrassed in that fight.
Golovkin's trainer says, I think she turned in her scorecard before the fight started. I think she needs to go back to school to learn how to judge a fight.
Who said that?
That was one of Triple G's trainers. Decision from Alvarez's promoter. De La Hoya said, a lot of people are not understanding. 118 to 110, just like myself. That's the bottom line. So, like he's saying, that's what she put. That's what she put. Of course, it's his fighter.
Yeah, he's saying he doesn't. He thinks that Canelo won.
Yeah.
He's a little bitch.
And it's all about productions, promotions. We have to promote our fighters. We want them to win. We paid
That
her
shit
off.
always
We
happens.
paid her a lot of money for her.
Every time Canelo fights, that fool he's already been gifted like 2 decisions.
Has he?
Yeah, remember that one fight we saw at Arts?
Oh yeah.
Boring ass fight where he clearly lost.
Yeah.
But this was a hell of a fucking fight though. But fucking.
But it was
It was clear.
very clear that it was Triple G's
It was
fight.
very clear that fucking Triple G won that shit. Canelo, like, what was
He
it?
did better than I thought he was gonna do.
It was just nothing he could do. Nothing he could do to hurt Triple G.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe at some point it could have been called a draw. Like maybe, like I'd say, because even like it was what the 10th round when I said it was probably gonna end up being a draw. But then again, I was very drunk.
No.
I think I called it the 10th
I was
round.
telling Alfonso from the beginning that you never know with these judges.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Because I think 10th round I said, watch, I bet you it's gonna end up being a draw. I said that as a joke, and then you said like right before the judge's decision, you said, watch, if it is, it's gonna be because of Adelaide Bird. And then the first card, Adelaide Bird scores
118.
118. I was like, what the shit? And you just jumped up. I told you. And the third judge is what called it a draw. I mean, because it was good back and forth, and like, I think Triple
but
G.
you could only give Canelo like 4 or 5 rounds tops. Tops.
Yeah.
Tops.
Yeah,
But-
118, 112
No,
is like
there's-
egregious. Like,
Yeah, there's no way that there was. Yeah,
They gave Canelo or Triple G only 2 rounds.
yeah. And the
Like,
thing
what the hell does he got to do to win a fucking round?
Yeah, and the other thing too was, but like if you look at the one card that Triple G won, like it wasn't even that hard. Like it was like a like was
2
a
points or something.
yeah like, yeah 2 to 4 points, something like that.
Mhm.
It was like how the fuck, like who was watching? I don't know what fight the judges were watching.
Oh yeah, the one that the judge, yeah,
The judges gave it to him. It was like yeah like 2 points.
yeah, by 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck.
Well,
man?
that's okay. Like 5-7, okay, that's not too.
But still, I mean, when you look at what
Yeah.
118,
110 and even, yeah.
yeah, it's like what the shit, man. But then again, I mean, like they're judges. It's their job to look at things that we might not see or notice. But still, like,
But I don't know how many of those judges were actually boxers.
yeah, that's the other thing too. Like people that like,
Because you can't just have people who will just watch the sport their whole life or whatever,
yeah,
or took a class or whatever.
yeah. There's
You
got to
need
be,
to have an actual boxer or fucking trainer or something.
yeah, like so they know what to look for.
Yeah, usually trainers were boxers.
And I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of hard to. But see, that's the thing too. Is like with judges, and like with judges, it's like, do you like, how do you turn off that I want this fighter to win? You know what I mean?
You can't.
You know, so that's
I don't think you can.
that's another aspect of it that's always going to be
You're
part of
supposed
it.
to, though.
You're supposed to, yeah, but how you know, it's hard to put bias away.
But it's just to promote. It's boxing. Everybody knows the promoted fighter always gets the decision.
Yeah, but this
You
wasn't.
know, that Pacquiao one is weird though, because Pacquiao was the more promoted fighter, but I don't know why Pacquiao always gets screwed.
I think because Pacquiao had a lot of hate on him when he was.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Pacquiao.
A lot of people don't like Pacquiao.
He's weird.
Yeah.
he's weird.
Well, it's just because like when he was winning, he was just so fucking like, you know, he was so good
Yeah, but still, why you gotta hate him?
because people hate winners.
They hate winners.
People hate winners.
Same way with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you guys heard about this?
I know, huh?
Fucking,
Like everyone has that mentality of you want to see somebody built up so much just to see
just see
them
them fall. Yeah, that's true. Like people bought Mayweather's his fights because they want to see him lose. They're like, okay, maybe this guy can do it. Maybe this guy can do it. Like, the whole thing is like, I want to see him lose. You know, and it's not like it's
That's
not.
why people love when they see like two people who are undefeated. It's like, oh, we're gonna see
Yeah, someone's gonna lose. Someone's gonna lose. Like look at how fucking like how much people celebrated when Ronda Rousey lost.
Yeah.
Like, people fucking like,
Yeah, that bitch finally lost.
yeah, they were fucking super happy
I
about
told
that
you
shit.
she was fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's like no, she wasn't. She was undefeated for a reason.
You know, she dominated everyone. Up
Yeah,
to that
it's,
point.
it's not like she just barely won her fights. Like she fucking beat
She
the
wasn't
shit
winning
out
by
of people.
decision.
Yeah, like they were fucking super good, like fucking quick fights that she just rocked people. But yeah, it's just human nature to fucking like this person's doing better than me. Fuck that person. Like it's speaking of hating on people, fucking PewDiePie, this fucking cocksucker, he's in trouble again. I guess he was live streaming and
No, he's
he
actually racist.
yeah he was fucking using the N-word just blatantly.
What was he saying? What was he on?
He was live streaming. I forget what game he was playing.
On Twitch or whatever.
On Twitch, yeah.
Probably YouTube.
Oh, was it YouTube?
He's like an exclusive.
Oh yeah, YouTube. It was YouTube.
And then what happened?
And he called someone a
Can we
nigger.
watch the video?
Let me
Pull it
see.
up.
Let me see if
Pull it up.
Was he
Pull it
drunk?
up, Chief.
No, it's unavailable. It's been pulled down.
There's got to be a way to watch it.
Let me see here.
I'm
Let's
sure
go.
somebody has a clip
Yeah.
of it.
Let's
But,
see. PewDiePie.
Nigger bit.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm searching. Let's
I
see
have to
here.
put N-word video.
Attacking PewDiePie only makes him bigger.
N-word.
Let's see. I'll search N-word.
Says.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Because it auto-corrected what I put. It changed it to bigger.
Did you mean bigger?
I hope you meant bigger. Is that it?
Was he just playing and then somebody killed him and he was like, "Ah, you fucking nigger,
We'll find out.
you fucking nigger"? Or was it like Michael Richards where he's like, "You know what you are? You're a nigger. That's why. That's why you're stupid. Because you're a nigger."
Yeah, it's just like he's just playing. It's not. He's just playing the game, and he can't hit the guy, and the guy starts running away. He's like, "What a fucking nigger!" That's what he says.
Yeah, but he can't be saying.
Yeah, you can't be
Yeah.
saying that. He's already gotten in trouble for saying some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, I say nigger all the time.
yeah,
like,
but
to
we're
be
not
joking, but
we're not
live
huge.
streaming.
Yeah,
and
we're
shit.
not live streaming. We're not huge internet celebrities. We're not fucking.
I probably would let a few niggers slip out though if I was live streaming.
Yeah,
I
but
would be like, nigger.
I would like to think it's slightly different for us just because we're not white.
Yeah, it is. It is though. Because we're not white.
And like he's already gotten in trouble for doing the Jew thing. He's already gotten in trouble for doing some racist shit. You know what I mean? Where like, and he's like, oh, I'm not racist. I'm not racist. Then you just and.
But how did he get in trouble this time?
Well, I think he got pulled off of
He probably got suspended off of YouTube.
YouTube.
But
And
I don't get how they can do that.
the thing about
Someone reports him
Oh,
or
and
sends
then-
the clip over to YouTube. YouTube's like, you said fucking nigger on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, like,
And- then
but why can't he say nigger? Like, I get. I'm not.
you have to.
Why do you have to be punished though?
Well, you have to if you know your content's gonna be like 18 plus, you have to set it to that. So
yeah, like all of our
oh.
stuff. Whenever I post it, we have to put what's that word?
Mature.
No, there's like something about the vocabulary.
mature.
And
No.
he doesn't put
Mature
that.
language.
There's a
Does
word
he not put that?
that I put.
Probably not because he's more of a.
He
more
would
of
have
like
to
a-
put that though. I mean, he says he always does a bunch of weird. He always cussing and shit.
Yeah, but like
Well,
things
I
like
think-
things like nigger and cunt and like words like that are like
Yeah,
upper echelon.
YouTube doesn't. Yeah,
What?
YouTube doesn't like.
If you say like fuck or whatever, the YouTube's kind of like whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a very they have a like in their
Cause like fuck's more like a PG-13 word, where like
I don't understand.
explicit.
Frankly,
That's the
I
word.
don't understand.
Explicit vocabulary.
I don't get it. How is fuck any different from saying nigger or something?
Because nigger is more of it's an abusive term.
racist.
It's a racist term. That's what
So
it is.
Bitch.
Huh?
So is
Bitch isn't really a racist term though.
It's a sexist term.
It's a sexist term, but it's not a racist term. And America does not care about
We don't
sexism.
care about bitches.
We care about racism in this country.
Well, around this time.
One of the biggest thing about this with PewDiePie now though is a lot of game developers are filing the DCMA or DMCA suits against them, meaning he can't use their footage. Yeah, he can't play their games.
Well, he can't. He could play their games, but he can't put any of the footage of him playing the game.
Yeah, he can't put the footage of their games pretty much.
So he can't live stream.
The big one was Firewatch was the first one
I
that
don't understand.
they did it.
Like the video game could do that.
The developer can.
It's like
They could sue you.
They're not
I'm
suing him. They're just saying
like a copyright.
Yeah,
Like,
so
you
they're
can't-
saying, don't
you
use
can't
our footage.
You can't use our content
to create your own
to
content.
create your own.
But
So he can't
Legal?
play. He can't live
Yeah.
stream these games anymore, or he can't do
Because
reviews.
he's making a profit off of
Yeah,
that
I know
stuff, so
that,
he's
but
able,
still.
so they're able to be like, we don't want to be
But how does
associated.
that work with
It's
other?
the same thing with like,
How does that work with other people?
what do you mean?
Like they're making money off of like games. Is the
It-
developer getting
Well,
cut?
Yeah.
no,
They all
No,
get a
developers don't get a cut,
No.
but they can say
But they could stop people from.
they can stop people.
like
from doing it.
Nintendo's a big
That-
a big controversial
Yeah, they do
figure
that.
in that because they fucking
I don't like-
copyright strike everything.
I
Yeah.
don't like that. I don't like that they could do that. That they could
Well,
sell-
it's their content. You know what I mean? It's
So
just
what?
like
Yeah,
it's
but
like if you
created it to be shared. You
Yeah,
didn't
but
create it to be like, no, you can't play it. You can't play it. You can't play it.
Well, no, he's not saying that you can't play.
No,
it,
I know that, but
But the thing is, like,
Still.
okay, say you
so,
create.
okay, but what if I'm at GameStop or whatever,
Uh,
and I'm playing a game and people like pay to stand close and watch me play a game?
uh-huh.
Like, why is that? Why do I have to? And
That's
the
different.
game
That's
could
not-
be
they're
like,
not-
nah, you can't do that.
the game
You can't
can't
play
be.
the. You can't use it.
That's all in person.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like-
that's something slightly
I
different.
would say
when
like,
when
okay, but I would say that a video game, once you buy it, it's more like an instrument than like an art, than like a music.
No, it's not necessarily because it's like a movie. It's like buying a movie. If like okay, so I buy a
But it's
movie
more.
and I start sharing it to everyone like on bootleg. You know what I mean? I can get,
Yeah, but you're not doing that.
but you kind of are.
Not really.
You're
You're
showing.
not. You're the talent
Yeah,
because you're the one playing the game. Like you can play whatever game and people are gonna fucking watch you play the game.
yeah,
Because
but
you're the talent.
because
Like
you're the
PewDiePie is gonna.
Yeah,
They're
but
gonna watch PewDiePie no matter what fucking game he plays.
right, but so now most games aren't like that. Aren't like just like gonna copyright strike you just because you played their
I
game.
know that, but it's still
because
weird that they
PewDiePie
have the right.
starting to
But it's weird
develop.
that they have the right to do that.
Yeah.
Like to tell you like, no, you can't.
yeah
Yeah, but PewDiePie is basically developing a reputation now
for being racist or
yeah.
saying shit,
So
saying
now,
stupid
so
shit.
now to protect their own.
But it didn't seem like he's doing that on purpose.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing, and
but people blow it out of proportion, and when it
Yeah.
gets blown out of proportion, then the company has to try and save face too.
Well,
So then-
why? But who gets? I don't understand
But people
how
get
many
pi-
people, like really, how many people are being like, oh, this guy said nigger while fucking playing your game.
The only people who complain, everybody
How
you
many
see
people?
complain, a lot.
apparently enough
But
people
still,
that brought
like,
attention.
okay, but still, okay, and then what? How does it help the company to satisfy these fucking weird people who are?
Well, they're
offended?
saying by filing these copyright claims, they're saying we do not support what he's saying or what he's doing. It's,
But
it's them.
you could do that without filing that.
How I mean, they could, but
It's not like they're directly paying him. They're not paying money and saying he's our guy. He works for us.
yeah, but they're also stopping him
support
from.
him.
It's just like they're
But
saying.
why do you have to? I don't know why you have to appease a bunch of pissed off people all the time. Like
I think it's
fuck
more
them,
of a.
who
It's
gives a
more.
shit? Even if they like don't like the game or what. I mean, even if they like the game and they're like, oh, I'm gonna stop playing the game. Blah, 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 whatever. Who gives a shit?
Well,
There's
I
still fucking millions of people out there who are gonna play it and don't give a shit.
I think it's more of like these developers are that offended by what he did, so they're the ones pulling away from it. Like the Firewatch people,
Why
they
are
got
they so offended?
they just
Did they say that there's that type of shit going on in the video game industry that, like, you know how the Hollywood industry or the movie industry is, where
Mhm.
they're like, you kind of have to be a left winger or whatever.
yeah. And that kind of
to be in the industry, you can't be a right winger.
That's kind of what it is in the video game industry.
They push you out of the business because you're fucking have some sort of common sense.
Yeah.
Like
no,
I'm not saying that right wingers
it's
have
very
common
true.
sense, but
there was a guy.
If you're completely one side or completely the other side, you're off base.
Yeah, I was just reading an article about a guy that he got pretty much ostracized from video games because like he was a hardcore Republican, fucking
Yeah, who gives a shit?
conservative Republican, and like
I mean, I get it. Like, it does make you mad when people believe in ridiculous shit. Like when people have weird political beliefs, and you're like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
You're stupid, but whatever. I'm not gonna not be your friend. Just be like, you're kind of stupid when you like that's just not right.
It's just all the political correctness.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And that's pretty much what
I'm
it
just
is.
kind of like when people have. I'm like, you'll learn eventually. Like.
Yeah. I mean, you can't force political views. You can't force any kind of views on anybody.
Yeah.
But I get like
even songs.
Yeah.
Even if you're like, this is a great song, listen to it, and then you listen to it and you're like, it's alright.
So yeah.
But when you find it yourself, when you happen to be around the right time, you're like, I'm gonna listen to some new shit.
Yeah.
And then you come across
Then it's
the
different.
song and you're like, oh, this is a great song. You're like, dude, I showed you that song. You didn't even like it when I showed it to you. Oh well, I don't know.
But I felt like I found it this time, so it's better.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it is just well, you're right. But it's just like he said, PewDiePie's getting this reputation, and I think a lot of companies feel like he's not getting enough.
No.
Like they're letting him get okay, like he's not getting. There's no repercussions. Okay, well, he's banned from YouTube for a week or two, but like it's not enough. You know what I mean? And so these companies are getting pissed off. Like the developers of Firewatch.
But what does he need repercussions on? Saying like, I don't get it. Like, yeah, let people get pissed off. Let the people who are offended get offended.
Yeah, well,
you don't have to fucking.
These developers are offended, so they're the ones that.
They're offended, but who are they? They're not black. It's not a black developer.
Some of them might be.
Probably a few of them, but
still, I mean,
there are a few employees of they're not fighting for fucking Tyrone who's testing video games down there. They're not like, Tyrone, I'm standing up for you on this one.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, like the Firewatch team, the ones that the biggest one, the first ones to do it, they are a pretty small team. You know what I mean? I don't know their entire team.
Yeah,
I know
but
it's like
still.
it's like maybe 20 people. That's like their entire team.
Even still,
The other
like,
thing about that too is those Firewatch people, their games have been getting fucking review bombed on fucking on Steam.
what does that mean?
Meaning, like, a bunch of people are pissed off that they did this to PewDiePie,
Oh,
so they're just giving them a bunch of shitty 1-star reviews. So now their reviews just like, okay, it was a 5-star game, now it's a fucking 3-star game. You know what I mean?
See, yeah, that's why you shouldn't do that shit.
So I mean, they are seeing repercussions, but I mean, it's one of those things where.
You're fucked if you do, you're fucked if you don't.
Yeah.
At least be like, I mean, like, I don't know.
But see, these people are taking it like this. The thing is like we're taking a stance. This is our
Yeah, I
opinion.
get that.
We don't agree with what he's doing, so this is what we're gonna do in response to that.
I get that, but it's stupid.
I mean, there's other things in the world to get offended
You
about.
shouldn't even pay attention to any of that. You should just be focused on making.
But see, but the other
or
thing too.
fixing, like, you shouldn't even respond to it or pay attention to this shit. Like,
The other thing that's funny about it too is, okay, so PewDiePie did this, right? And then he came out and said, oh, you know, it was the heat of the moment, blah blah blah, and like now that I was just reading an article saying there's no
heat of the moment.
There's no heat of the moment in video games. It's not like it's a life or death situation. It is. You get fucking pissed off and you say some shit.
Yeah,
okay.
That shit frustrates you. You say nigger.
You say nigger. But then, so okay, like a week after this happened, PewDiePie's playing another game, and guess what he does?
Says
nigger again. Like fucking.
He went on a nigger kick. Sometimes you listen to a lot of hip hop that week, and you're fucking on nigger shit.
Well, you know what? There was one time I forget. It was, you know my nephews, there's one in Vegas and the one. Well, they had come down, and one of my nephews, everyone calls him nigga, my nigga, because every other word is, hey, my nigga, 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 nigga. It's like that's all he says.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I remember one time I was talking to him, and we were drinking, to be fair, but like, he walks up and he said something, and goes, this nigga, but it was just like. And like I never use it in that context. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like I just look at him, this nigga. It's just like it was so infectious. And so
what's
like
going on with
sex robots?
no, with the
We all know
basketball
you wanna-
players, Donald Trump.
What?
I don't know. I haven't even heard about that.
There's
Oh.
some shit going on where, like, I don't know.
They're
Well, because
protesting.
remember, like, the Golden State Warriors or whatever, they're like, nah, we're not gonna go to the White House with you.
Yeah.
And then Donald Trump was like, well, fine, fuck you guys.
Donald Trump was like, fuck you guys, I don't even like basketball.
And then fucking, hello, we're recording.
Put the dog back inside.
We're recording. I said we're recording. We're recording.
Out of here. Anyway,
Are we still recording?
yeah, I
Oh,
can pause it.
okay, good. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there, but LeBron put out a video where he's like, let me just explain some of my views about what's going on. I didn't watch it because I was like, I don't care.
I saw someone else
about
tweeted
what
something like
LeBron
that.
thinks.
I'd rather sit with what's the
LeBron.
fucking nuts? What's the fucking guy from the 40? The one he was on the 49ers. He wasn't.
Kaepernick, yeah.
Okay,
That's
I'd rather sit with Kaepernick than stand with Donald Trump. I was like, okay.
But I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I haven't.
I think that they were saying that maybe that the basketball players are gonna stop doing the whole. They're gonna start kneeling during the anthem too, or whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
Hey! No!
to me, it's like whatever.
No, get
Like,
out of here. Go put him inside. Put him inside.
it is what it is.
They're being brats.
Do you remember Reboot?
No. Yeah.
The rebooting Reboot.
Reboot. Good.
Do you remember Reboot, Jiro?
Nope.
No.
Go inside.
It was
Why?
like a mid-90s cartoon
Go
about
inside.
life inside of a computer. It was like,
No, he was too young.
yeah,
I was kind of too young.
yeah. I think that was more.
I barely remember.
I think it was early '90s then. But
Yeah.
so the
Go
whole.
on.
Yeah. So Reboot. It was like
Megabyte.
kind of like Toy Story, but in a computer. Like, the
Megabyte.
computer, like it was like the world inside the computer. It was like
Megabyte was the bad guy.
yeah, Megabyte was a
It was
virus.
basically like what you call it?
Like what?
Is that one?
It was because it was
Wreck-It
like
Ralph?
kind of like Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah. But it was
Okay.
like it was a life inside the computer, and like there was like okay, there was a virus
Toy
called
Story mixed with-
hexadecimal, and then there was Megabyte. Those were the two villains. And then there was I think his name was Bob. But Bob, yeah, Bob. Bob was the Guardian. He was like the antivirus program. And then there was Dot Matrix, which she owned everything. Like she ran everything. And like just kids. And what would happen is like the user, because there was like the mythical user, you know. And like so, what would happen is like everyone would be living their life day to day. All of a sudden,
Was it animated or?
it was animated, like all CGI. It was the first all CGI shows ever.
Yeah, it was kind of like shitty.
Oh, it was a TV show.
Yeah. This is what it looked like. It was all CGI.
Okay.
It feels good out here though.
Yeah. And so, like, it would, this warning would go, incoming game. And all of a sudden, like, this cube would fall down on a section of the city. And, like, all the characters that were in that area were stuck in this game now. And they had to, like, play the game to survive. And it was like, the user didn't realize he was killing off these fucking innocent things.
Then wouldn't they all come back though?
No, not all of them. That was a big thing. Like, initially, they would all come back, and then it turned into, like, eventually it was like, oh, wait, they're all die. And that's why Bob, it was his mission. Anytime a game would come in, he would make it his mission to get into the game to help beat the user. Because like if the user lost, then like
Nobody died?
Yeah, nobody would die or something like that. And so, but then like the user would always cheat. It was always like the user would come in like, so it was like all these little like all the other characters, like most of them weren't humanoid. They were like there was like 6 humanoid characters, and the rest were all like little balls or squares or like they were like diodes and shit. You know what I mean? They were just walking like a ball with arms and legs, just walking around and shit. And, like they'd all be like really dopey. And like the one of them I remember specifically was like it was like a spaceship racing game. And so it's all these little balls and cubes and like racing these fucking ships. And they're all like trying to race the thing, and they're all smashing into walls and just crashing into each other. And the user's just like flying through everything all fast. And then here comes Bob, and it's like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna have to do some shit, because everyone else is fucking incompetent. And I remember thinking, watching that one specifically was like, if I was playing a video game and all the fucking other people I was racing were just fucking like crashing, all the NPCs were just smashing into walls and just like crashing into each other, I'm like, fuck, this game sucks. But they're gonna reboot it, and it's gonna have the original cast.
It's gonna be Reboot the Reboot.
The reboot, but it's gonna, what's going to work is now it's going to be a modernized version of it, obviously.
It's going to be the original. It's going to be the same voice actors.
The same voice actors, and it's going to take place like.
How old are these people going to be?
I don't know. That's a good question. So,
how long ago was this?
Mid '90s or early '90s when the original was out. But
right.
The original cast, they're bringing all the original characters back, and it's going to be like how they're dealing with modern technology and how things are now in the computer world.
It'll be like 20,
yes.
25 years later.
25 years later, pretty much. Have you guys seen the what Hellboy looks like now?
No.
It's not. What's his name anymore?
It's not what's his name.
What's
It's
his
fucking
name? Clay?
No, it's not. It's gonna be. It's a sheriff from Stranger Things.
Oh, is it?
Oh, okay, that's not that bad.
No, he looks just like fucking.
Yeah, he doesn't look too.
He looks almost identical to fucking what's his name. Just the face is slightly different.
Yeah. And they give him muscle suits, huh?
Huh?
They give him muscle suits, don't they?
Yeah. It's all fucking.
It's weird, huh?
Like styrofoam head.
Yeah.
That's weird, huh?
But he almost looks just like him. It's like almost identical. But
yeah, like when you showed me that at first glance, I was like, that's just.
It's just it's.
I like it, but I don't get why.
I think fucking what's his name did a great job. Fucking why can't I remember his name?
Clay.
Yeah, he's Clay. He's also fucking Hellboy.
Rob.
No.
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman. Yes. He did a great fucking job.
Yeah, but he's old now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's true.
They would have to CGI a lot of.
A lot of his stuff. They probably need a stuntman. Yeah.
Don't
get me wrong. I like this guy.
I don't get the whole Hellboy movie. Like why that? Make a movie.
Hellboy's a great series, but
I know. I'm not hating on it, but like, what about Spawn? like why Hellboy? Like I don't. It's kind of weird, you know.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
weird,
well, I think it's because Hellboy was one of those movies they made it, and just to see like I wonder how it's gonna do, and then like it did so well, then they made the second one.
Did it?
Yeah, they did. They did really well.
Did it do?
The first one. The first one was more of a like after once it came to DVD, it was more, you know. So that's why they made the second one. The second one did really well, but then like, everyone wanted a third.
I don't know.
They saw because like Ron Perlman was even putting them hype like you guys want a new Hellboy because I'm getting old and I can't do another one. Tell these fuckers you want a new Hellboy. So all of a sudden, like, oh, okay, we're gonna make a new Hellboy, but Ron, we're gonna go with somebody else because
Like you said, you're too old.
you're too old. And they're not. Guillermo del Toro's not doing it either. It's somebody else completely.
Well, he only did number 2.
No, I thought he did both.
I don't think he did number 1.
Let me see.
That's why I thought number 2 was gonna be better. It was alright. I didn't think they were that good.
Guillermo del Toro is working on
They're
Death
very-
Stranding. So
They're very.
That's true. He is.
He's working on Death Stranding. Oh, yeah. They're
Yeah.
very like weird. You know, like all the characters are cool to look
No,
at.
he did both.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did both.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. He did the first one and the second one. Let's see here.
He hasn't done too many good movies since Pan's Labyrinth.
You know, I've never seen that.
It's good.
I've always wanted to. I've never seen it though.
Like what other movies has he done since then that are like really good?
none that I know of. I'm not too.
Yeah, I can't think of the top of.
I'm not too familiar.
He's just
with,
been
like,
riding the wave
Didn't he
of
do
Batman.
Pacific Rim or some shit?
Yeah, he did do Pacific Rim. He was,
Those aren't, to me, those
I
aren't
liked
that good.
I liked
They're
it.
like okay, like well, yeah, they're entertaining. They're not like groundbreaking movies.
Want to hear some crazy news?
You know what I'm talking about?
Is it from Florida?
You know what I'm talking about?
No,
You feel me, not me?
Oddworld, Soulstorm,
What is that?
new Oddworld game.
What kind of game?
I don't know, man.
They're saying it's their most ambitious game yet, but it
That was
doesn't
just
say
crazy news.
because
Because
Oddworld's a fucking amazing series.
Is it?
Yeah, and they've only made 3 games. They made there was Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, Abe's Exodus Odyssey or Odyssey Exodus.
They've only made 3 games?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, there's the two Oddworld Abe games, and then there's the Oddworld that Stranger game where like
It's like
the first person Western.
Yeah.
And I never played
I
that.
never played that. Wasn't it for PC or
It
something?
was Xbox,
Oh.
Xbox and PC, so I never played it.
Yeah.
I think it's on PS4 now though.
Isn't it just like a platformer?
No.
No, it's a puzzle.
The other one was a puzzle, but I don't know about that Western one.
The Western was a first person.
It was like a mystery.
Yeah.
First person.
It was a Western. Yeah, it was from what I understand, it was really good.
Yeah, I heard good things about it.
It's on PS4. I might have to get it.
So what's the new? They don't say anything.
They're
about
just saying
how
that
the
it's their
style-
most ambitious yet. That their fans of their games are gonna enjoy it.
I'm sure.
So, but it's just they just announced it. That's all they're doing. They're saying, "Hey, look, we're making this."
So how long have they been working on it?
That's a good
They
question.
probably just barely started.
Yeah, I think they're just barely starting.
They've not done any
Probably
interview?
want to see like gameplay for like 3 years.
Yeah, probably. At least minimum
And
2
then,
years.
and then another 2 years after that for
Yeah, especially for Oddworld, a
trailer.
game like this. Yeah, because like I remember the first Oddworld game. Fuck, man. Like that came out what 95 maybe? Huh?
You were talking?
No. Oh yeah, I did. 95 was the first game, right? Probably around there, 95,
don't know.
96. Remember it was on PS1,
Yeah.
and fuck, I love that game. Huh?
When did PS1 come out?
PS1 came out. Shit,
like 95 or no, that was PS2.
that was PS2.
No, PS2 came out.
No,
in
PS2
2000.
came out in 2000 because I was in the army. I was in basic training when it came
Oh,
out.
I thought it came around when I was born.
When I was born.
Let's see,
What
PS1
came out when I
released-
was born? Nintendo?
I don't know.
PS1 was released
I know there was a console that came out.
December 3rd, 1994. What's the PS1 release date? Maybe Super Nintendo.
1994.
Or maybe I'm just thinking Pokemon. I think Pokemon was 1996.
That's crazy. 1994. I remember when we got it.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get it right away.
I
Remember,
know.
we had the Sega Saturn for the longest time,
Yeah, I know that.
and then finally we got the PlayStation. I forget why we got the.
I don't remember. I just
I think
remember.
the Saturn died.
I remember Dad went with Al because Al was buying one,
Yeah.
and then for some reason he didn't tell us that he was planning on getting one.
Yeah.
He just bought one,
We just bought one.
and even then I was still like, he didn't still say like he just bought it for us.
Yeah, he just bought it. I remember one time. I don't know why I just remembered this. Is I remember one time at Nana's old house in Gale. It was right after the Super Nintendo came out, and I kept bugging Dad to buy me one. I kept buying him to buy me one, and he was like, "No, we don't have the money to buy one right now. You have your Nintendo. We'll buy you a Super Nintendo one day." And so then I went to my Nana's house, and I guess Art was staying over there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I went to the room where I normally stay, which is where Art was, and there was a Super Nintendo set up in there. And I remember coming out of the room running, like, I told my dad, thank you. And he goes, what are you thanking me for? I go, you got me a Super Nintendo. He goes, no, I didn't. And I go, who's that? That's Arch. And I was just like so heartbroken. I just remember that right now. It was
He was
so
like, yeah, I bought that for art.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's the only way it would have been worse. Oh no, you weren't born that year. There was one year that Dad took me, Sonia, and Vanessa to Toys R Us and had us pick out what we wanted for Christmas. Like we picked out all this stuff. Like he's like, no, just pick whatever you want. And we all picked like 3 or 4 things each. Like
And then he was like,
And
oh,
then-
we gotta wait till Christmas.
No, it wasn't even that. That's not what he said. That would have been okay. Well, we would have been hurt, but like he goes, no, we were buying these for like I forget they're for our cousins or for somebody. He was like, that's not for you guys. We were buying it for so and so.
Yeah.
And we like the whole ride over, sobbing, crying.
That's funny. But did he give it to you guys?
Yeah,
for Christmas?
it was for Christmas for us.
He does shit like that. That's
Yeah.
funny.
All right, I got this random story. So you know how the rise of sex robots? They're like working constantly on these.
Is there really a rise? of sex
Yeah,
robots?
they're working on these
I heard
robots.
that there was a guy that had made one,
Mhm.
and that like his kids chill with it and shit. Like it talks to you and stuff.
Yeah, that's what they're
Just
making.
chill with it.
Yeah, like his kids like it. They like to talk to her.
They're putting AI in these things, and they're picking like there's one company that's actually making them where they can walk around your house. They're gonna have an AI.
Walk around your house.
They're gonna be like fucking robots in your house.
You're
But
gonna
like
come home.
Elon Musk is
She's gonna know what time you're about to get home. She's gonna be cleaning the kitchen.
Yep. Shit
And
like
then
that.
right when you get home, she's gonna be like, "Oh, hello, dear. Would you like a blowjob?"
Yeah.
You're like, yes, I would love a
Yes,
blowjob.
I would love a blowjob.
She'll drop to her knees right there. She doesn't worry about pain on the floor of her knees.
But I mean
These
that's
don't
what,
hurt.
that's what they're working on. They're working on this fucking technology. And Elon Musk, he's been talking about like the Elon Musk and I
He's
forget
been
who else.
afraid of all this whole
Elon
AI
Musk
shit.
is getting in the game.
Yeah,
No,
right?
In the sex robot
he's
game?
warning against giving
Yeah,
sex
that's
robots
kind of
AI.
true, dude. We're not even gonna get past sex robots.
No, we're not.
We're gonna make sex robots, and then that's it. We're all gonna.
Because
get
no one else
killed by-
cares. Like what else?
No, but like we're gonna get killed by the sex robots.
That's what Elon Musk is warning. He's saying that not only can the AI learn and go on with the whole Facebook thing, where the AI started made its own language.
Yeah.
You were here when we talked about that?
Was it Google or something?
No, it was Facebook. Facebook
it's
made their own
Facebook?
AI, and it made a clone of itself and started talking to itself in a language that
It made a clone of it. I thought they made two.
no, they made one,
They made
and
two.
it made its own. Yeah, no, they made one, and it made
Really?
its own. First, it started talking to itself.
I thought the purpose was so it was meant to.
I think they were interacting with it, and then it started
Oh.
talking to itself in a language it didn't understand, and they realized there was another AI in there. That's why they shut it down. Shut it the fuck down.
Yeah, that shit was getting too real.
Yeah. So and then
I
so
thought they shut it down because it made its own language.
no, yeah, but when
Same thing, but it also made itself. It copied itself.
it copied itself, that's why it was talking in its own language because it copied itself. It wasn't talking to them in
If
its
it
own
can make
language.
one, and who knows what they're talking about?
Yeah.
What if some sort of uprising was happening in that very moment?
Well, I think it was doing what it was because I thought it was programmed to like do bargains. Like that's what it.
I don't remember
To
what.
buy shit.
I don't know what it was initially programmed
And
for.
to haggle over a price or some shit over shit online.
I don't know. I don't know what it was initially programmed for, but I know
I read the
that it created its own language.
creating another version of it. So.
Yeah. And that's it started. Well, initially it was talking to itself in its language it didn't understand. Then they realized it wasn't talking to itself.
How'd they figure that out?
I forget how. I gotta find the article again.
What's going on with all these earthquakes?
I believe it's due to the eclipse. Well, you know the world was supposed to end
Is
yesterday.
there like a double gravity effect of the sun and the moon pulling all?
Well, apparently, like I guess the last
And
time
then does it pull all the magma
towards
kind of
the
over
surface.
there, and then all the like volcanoes start kind of acting up, and then this side.
Didn't a volcano just recently go?
This side
Yeah.
of the waters get warmer because the magma's over there heating the ground, and then the storms come because of that.
Yeah.
And then all that mixing of the ground moves the fucking platelets, and hurricanes move in the water, like just what's it called?
That sounds very plausible. I mean, because I wasn't alive during the last eclipse, but I've heard from
They
reputable
said
sources
that there's
that it
there
was
was
fucked up
I don't know.
during the last one.
Yeah, there was an alignment of a bunch of shit.
But
Whatever.
what was I saying
I don't
about
know.
something?
But,
I was gonna say something about with the weather, eclipses, and
weather outside.
Oh, yesterday the
weather.
world was supposed to end. Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard some shit about that.
The
Right?
world was.
Another rumor.
Yeah.
No, that there was a thing that went out, right? Like one of those warnings, those emergency warnings,
No,
emergency broadcast warnings went out that fucking the world was gonna end.
I didn't hear that. Because based on, from what I heard, it was like like something in the Bible.
It's like that. Bill Hicks joke where they're like bombs, nuclear war, famine, death, and he's like, and then you look outside and you just hear like. And you're like, I don't know, man.
But yeah, apparently it was like something in the Bible, something about with the rapture and all that. And then like from what I heard,
The rapture.
And then initially what I heard was okay, it was something a story in the Bible. Then a bunch of mathematicians from NASA like got together and were like, oh shit, this might actually be true. And then NASA came out and they were like, no, because apparently a planet, some other planet they were calling Planet X, was gonna smash into the Earth and destroy us all. And then NASA came out and they were like, no. If there was a planet about to hit us, we'd have been tracking it for decades now.
Yeah, no.
We would have told you guys something about it. Then I think I made the joke. It's like, maybe it is going to happen. They're just hiding it from us. But I
But
figure...
why would you hide it from us? Because then...
Have you heard the conspiracy too about the Mars rover where they like took those pictures of it, and it takes pictures and you're able to see it like see its arms or whatever, and like it'll be dusty and shit, and then other ones it'll be clean, like completely clean, like somebody cleaned it, and then they say that it does some sort of self-cleaning.
Yeah.
When like some of the pictures and shit, like you can see reflections and shit and shadows of somebody fucking cleaning it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. I have to look that up. I
The
haven't
Mars
seen that.
rover.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There was
the
one-
pictures that they release are kind of they might be bogus or
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
There was one I was watching, or no, yeah, it was, I forget, it was like a YouTube clip or something I was watching.
YouTube?
But it was like the Mars, it shows the Mars rover landing, coming out of its pod and fucking like rolling off into the distance and like taking pictures of everything and it's like nothing. And like right behind where it was at, like there's like a whole alien civilization and like there's a whole welcoming party behind it, like welcome Earthlings and it's like just a bunch of aliens with signs and shit. But the Mars rover, the way it landed and facing, it never saw any of it. It just kept going off in the distance.
It has to go all the way around the other side.
That'd be crazy. Could you imagine that? Like it's something like we landed this probe and it fucking lands in an area that's actually
It
populated
goes
with.
the wrong way to
Yeah.
figure out which way.
You
it's
think
like-
they'd
it's-
have like a 360 camera?
Yeah.
No, they didn't have
They
that
didn't, when they launched it, they
Oh,
didn't
you're
have
saying,
that technology.
back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like okay, if a probe landed here and it just landed at the mountain, landed in the hills over there, where like it's like, you know, it would have to drive for fucking days for it to fucking see any kind of civilization.
I don't know,
You know what I
maybe.
mean?
It depends where it landed. If it landed like in the middle of the desert, like
Yeah.
on the way to Nevada and shit,
Yeah. See, it would just be fucking lost
or
in the
just
desert.
in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah. You know, it just depends on where it lands. But I mean, you never know.
It wouldn't take decades though to get somewhere. It would take days.
No, yeah, I know that, but
What depends. Some of those things are probably pretty slow.
what's that?
They're probably pretty slow.
They're part, yeah. Like they can only move so far a day because of the like battery power and recharging and so.
For sure.
But yeah, sex robots. They're gonna kill us all. They were supposed to do it yesterday, but the AI is not where it should be yet.
Damn.
Oh,
How would
wait.
they kill us?
No, but we were talking
Would they
about
be
that.
fucking us to death, or would they just like brutally murder us?
I think they would trick us because the thing about it is you come home to your sex robot, it's usually docile, lets you do whatever you want to it. You walk up to it and it'll just ching, ching, ching. You just get stabbed to death by a
Or
fucking
it's
sex
like,
robot.
like every day you take it for granted when you get home and she's doing the dishes and she's like, you want a blowjob? Like, yeah, and then, you know, you just do it every day, and one day you come home and she's like, you want a blowjob? She just bites your shit off.
Dude, there you go. See?
Man, you bleed out.
Yeah, you're done. That's it.
Yeah,
Sex
she
robots.
just holds you down and makes you bleed out.
The
You're trying to
Terminator
get
movie.
to the phone and telling her to call the cops. Tell her to call 911 because you're gonna die. She's just holding you there.
The Terminator movies were right. It's just the type of robots were wrong.
Yeah.
Imagine it's like the army of just killer robots coming. They're all just naked sex robots. Just
Although I
they all
don't
have
know.
this face.
You know what? They
The
say
surprise
robots
face.
are gonna be like why are they gonna be so much better? Like, have you seen how robots fight? You know, fight that good.
They don't fight very well, yeah. But see, to be fair, the
They're
robots.
super strong.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're gonna have critical areas.
Yeah.
Like anything else, like you just gotta pull a few tubes out, and then they're probably gonna die.
Yeah, you gotta kind of just
Unless they fix themselves.
That's one of the things that bugged me because we were talking about fucking that.
But like, I guess they get to the point where they're just building them. It's kind of like in what you call it,
Matrix?
Zero Dawn. Oh, you haven't played Zero Dawn.
I haven't finished
where
it
they
yet.
could they just keep making these fucking robots. They don't care if they die or not.
Yeah, that's
But
the thing.
they like completely deprive the whole Earth of its all its resources.
Yeah, because they're just making so many.
Yeah.
But and if you look at look at the Matrix, look at Terminator. What does the Earth look like in all those movies? It's fucking desolate and fucking completely stripped of its resources.
Actually, no, in Zero Dawn, the robots were made to gather resources.
No, the other, but no,
those
were the ones that were designed to bring the Earth back, but the other ones.
Like you're talking about like the corruptors and Hades and stuff like that.
What? Oh. Yeah, like there was the two different kind of robots.
Yeah, the corruptors and the whatever they are, the big ass
Copish?
pink ones.
Yeah, those ones were the other guys' robots.
Yeah.
Not that
those were the ones that were.
These aren't spoilers at all.
I know.
These are.
Well, they are.
Well, the one is.
They are spoilers.
We're saying corruptors and that isn't a spoiler.
Yeah,
I did spoil
I did
the
too.
resources thing.
But he hasn't played it. That's old. It's an old game
But
already.
that game's been out for almost a year now.
Yeah, I
Why
know.
haven't you finished it?
Well, because I've been exploring. Fuck.
Oh, you still haven't finished it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you weren't playing it.
I am playing. I'm just exploring
Actually, no, when did it come out? Like March?
It hasn't been out that long.
It's been like 6 months.
Yeah.
Still, why
6
haven't
months.
you?
Because I barely got it, and I've been exploring.
What are you
I
exploring?
explore.
You haven't... How far did you get?
I've been getting all the Vista points and shit.
You're such a weirdo. Just fucking play the game.
Vista points are like the least important thing.
I know, but they're interesting. I like them. There's I like little things like that in fucking games. God damn it! Like I'm always finding all the even.
I have all the Banuk figures.
I have like 2.
Oh.
No, the journal pages.
The journal pages. The fucking. What else do they have?
But I like shit. Like even
the
in
metal
Fallout.
flowers or whatever.
Like Fallout always takes me forever to play because I'm always finding all the fucking journal pages and like all the computer entries. I fucking read through everything. Same thing with Skyrim. I was like, I fucking, you know how many times I fucking read the Lusty Aragonian fucking maid?
Lusty Aragonian maid.
Did you ever read that?
Hopefully you didn't. You barely played it.
Those fucking books are funny as shit. I didn't really read all of them. I read a couple, like the ones that I found I've read, but like.
Sure.
So guys, have you guys heard about the Mad Pooper?
Yeah, it wasn't that interesting.
It's a jogger that's going around pooping.
Lady who's going around pooping in the park.
Yeah.
People's yards.
What if she's like running 20 like ultra marathons? You know, like she's an ultra marathon runner.
Yeah.
So she runs marathons
a week. Don't you poop before you run?
Those people will run like 3 marathons.
She's running for so long.
Yeah, she's got to stop and poop real quick. She
shit.
doesn't have time to shit. And like, where's she supposed to go?
Her internal clock is so on point that every single time she's in that park, she gets shit.
She just knows. She's like, if I don't shit now, there's no chance for me to shit. This is the best spot to shit.
I don't know, man. I mean,
everywhere else is too much in view of everybody.
But if you're in a park, parks usually have bathrooms.
Yeah, parks do have bathrooms.
Yeah, but it's a gross bathroom.
What?
What if it's a gross bathroom?
So you'd rather poop outside than?
That she doesn't want. She's sweaty. She doesn't want to get her sweaty like wet cheeks on a. You can't use one of those papers.
Hover?
Yeah, most girls hover.
I mean, I guess, but still.
You know.
I don't know.
Oh fuck! Not the other day, maybe about a week ago. I was at Walmart and I had a shit really bad. So I was like, fuck. And I go in like the first stall. It just looks like someone died in there. It was just like everywhere. So I'm like, fuck this. And I go to the next
shit?
one, and the next
shit everywhere?
Yeah, it was like shit and piss, and like, it was just disgusting in there. So I opened the next one, and then like the next two just had water everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, I don't know. I start cleaning off the seat and shit, and I'm getting ready to sit down, and I pull out the fucking the ass gasket, and I go to put it down, and something distracts me. I hear a noise or something. I turn around, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And I sit down, and I realize I still have the ass gasket in my hand.
You didn't put it down?
Huh?
You didn't put it down?
I didn't put it down. I just sat there, and I was like, and it was one of those toilets. You know how they get the fucking people carve the fucking graffiti into the seat.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there, and I just feel like I'm just like, oh god. But like, do I get up and put the ass gasket back down, or do I just fucking shit.
Yeah, I don't like shitting out in public, but sometimes you have to do it.
Yeah, I try to avoid it if I can, but it's like, fuck,
The
man.
worst thing at
I
work
hate when
was-
the ass gasket gets stuck to your butt cheeks.
When you get
You
up,
gotta
and
feel
Yeah,
it.
feel it
you're
off.
like, fuck.
Yeah, and then
And then if
there's
you're
like,
sweaty, it like it rips, and you gotta
yeah,
peel
it
the
doesn't
pieces
come
off
off
your-
in one swoop. There's
Yeah.
little fucking tapers left, and you gotta like
You gotta
windshield,
pick those off.
you gotta like windshield wipe your ass, and then you have like that little roll that bunches up on your skin. And
Yep.
Pick that off.
One time I worked,
stupid,
like,
I hate
when I
those
worked on the diner side, even like every 2 hours, I had to clean the bathroom. And like one time, one of the toilet was clogged. It looked whatever, but I had to go like find a plunger and all that stuff to clean it.
Yeah.
So in the time that it took me to go find a plunger, someone had already gone in there again,
Oh.
shitted on top of the fucking clogged toilet.
Oh, fuck.
It sucks.
Dude, there was one
Like
time
we're
I
gonna put a sign up or something. I had no time. I had the sign in my hand. I was about to put it.
I forgot, when was I at? I think it was when I was in Missouri, when I was still in the army. I went to this, I was at a restaurant, and like I had a shit, so I go in. No, it was at a Starbucks. It was at a Starbucks. And so I go into the Starbucks, and I open the stall door, and I don't know if the bathroom was out of order or what the fuck. But okay, you know, like when you see a cartoon poop, or like the emoji poop, that perfectly formed fucking
It's
tasty
yogurt.
swirl.
It's yogurt, bro.
Well, I open the fucking door, and sitting on the toilet
Is that swirl?
is a fucking. It was fucking massive. The perfectly formed shit. Like
Take a
someone
picture of
hovered it and was doing one of these. Like,
Did you take a picture of it?
I didn't. It was like I didn't really have a camera phone at that time. It was when I was still in the army. This was like early
But I've
2000s.
taken some of those shits that come out of the water. It's like so much shit.
But no, this wasn't
Yeah.
in the water. They
It was
closed
floating?
they closed the lid. And on the lid.
On the lid?
On the lid of the toilet.
How do you know it was shit? What if it wasn't shit? What if it was like some fake shit?
It smelled like shit.
Yeah, but was it fake
I mean,
shit?
I don't know. I didn't get that close to it. It's like, is this real shit?
Tastes like shit. It smells like shit.
Must be shit.
It must be shit. No, I didn't investigate. But I just walked in. I remember I walked in and I looked at it, and I did a double take. Like,
I looked at it, and I was like,
and I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm not gonna deal with this. And
Where was that at?
this was at a Starbucks in Missouri. And I just left, but it was like, why shit on the, like,
Dude must have had a real big word at Starbucks.
he must have. I mean, granted, I did too, but
Like,
Dark-
a real
dark
they
green.
spelled his name wrong on the cup.
have you seen that Sandaki
They
meme?
put like one R in Larry.
Or his name was Brendan, and they put Brandon.
Brandon. That see right there. No, the one that I saw was I went to Starbucks. I told them my name was Mark with a C, and so on the name on the cup it said Kark, CARK.
Classic.
Mark with a C, Kark.
You just throw a C anywhere in there.
Right, just random C's. MCA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually a good one when they do that, or if they just put Mark M-A-R-K.
Mark with that actually right out.
Oh, yeah,
Mark with a C.
Yeah.
The one that I saw that made me laugh was the guy went in there and told him his name was Son Goku, and they put Sandaki. Like it's just the way it looked, the way the writing, and so like underneath that's like I told him my name was Son Goku, but now I'm Sandaki, and it's fucking Goku with that that retarded meme face. And it's just that and it's Sandaki. Like, there's some. I've seen some pretty funny ones at Starbucks. There was one that just reminded me. There was one that I went in there and told him my name was Voldemort. And so when they called out his name, like, oh, we got whatever for he who shall not be named. Speaking of Voldemort, the reason they're making a Harry Potter prequel. It's all about Voldemort, his life
Cool.
in Hogwarts.
I like that.
I like that
that'd
too.
be cool.
I think it's gonna be a dope idea. I don't know if it's actually gonna be.
I want to see more Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah,
movies.
I just recently watched that. That
I
shit
didn't,
was
I
fucking
didn't watch
good.
it yet. Oh, there's breaking news.
Just in.
The Nate versus Connor is supposed to be in December 30th.
Nice.
Number 3.
Will he be ready?
Who?
Either one of them. Oh, fucking Nate hasn't had a fight, so he should be.
Just been chilling.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's been training at all or just chilling. Like he doesn't care if he wins or loses.
I don't know. Did you hear about fucking the Juggalo March?
No, what is that?
They did it was I forget what day it was. I think it was last weekend. The same day as the fight. The Juggalo March on Washington, because you know the FBI did that whole Juggalos are gang members
Look at Brock Lesnar wrestling.
back in the day.
Real wrestling. Yeah.
But so far the Juggalo March has been the most peaceful protest this year.
Huh?
The Juggalo March was the most peaceful protest.
What is
Out
that?
of all the shit that's happened in the year,
What did they protest?
the whole FBI gang label.
That ICP is a gang?
Yeah, the Juggalos are a gang, and they did this whole march / concert.
Well, that's kind of how you would protest against
Yeah,
them by
but
not doing anything stupid.
yeah, exactly. But it's a bunch of Juggalos. Like,
Right.
you would
A bunch
expect
of white people?
Yeah.
AKA a bunch of
They're,
white
they're
people?
less violent.
Not
than,
surprised
like,
that a
people.
bunch of white people had the most peaceful protest.
Well, they're saying like in comparison
that.
to like the fucking Lincoln's that slavery statue
Yeah,
and whatever. Like,
yeah. Like there's been all kinds of shit that's supposed to be peaceful protests that fucking turn into riots and people getting arrested and fucked up.
Or like the Trump protests.
Yeah. But this has been
Or
the
the
most
Trump
peaceful
rallies.
protest of the year.
Trump rally?
Talk about they're getting rid of drive-thrus
Why?
because they're gonna start serving booze.
Who?
Taco Bell.
Weird.
Not all locations, but some locations are gonna start adding.
They should be like.
It's weird.
They should be doing delivery before they sell booze.
They do delivery.
Uber Eats.
Not everywhere.
No?
Not everywhere.
I know a lot of them do.
Uber Eats.
But yeah, they're getting.
What? Remember that pizza or that Domino's fucking car with the oven in it?
Yes. I do remember that shit.
And they don't use it.
Yeah, they don't do it anymore. I
never seen it once.
think
they just came in a car, a regular car, just like always.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think I've ever seen. No, wait, no. Yeah, I've seen the cars. I've seen them driving. I've never.
I don't know. I might have seen one. Maybe I don't know if
I think, but see, then again, that could just be like, you know how like Power 106 and K Rock, they just drive around in their vans and shit to advertise.
Yeah,
Maybe those are just like in and out trucks. Like they're there for like it's like a catering type of thing.
No, these ones,
like a
because they had a whole marketing thing. It was like order.
for catering.
Yeah.
Like tiny car.
Yeah, it was just like.
So if it has an oven in it, you just keep popping out pizzas.
Yeah, like it would cook the rest of the way.
Yeah, no, that's what they would do. It was like there was a whole marketing campaign where like you order Domino's, and your pizza's gonna be fresh out of the oven as it arrives to your door. That was their thing, but like that never happened. And then the Pizza Hut, they have those.
Maybe it turned out like the pizzas were burning.
It could be.
On the way.
You get stuck in traffic. Fucking, you get lost.
Yeah, but they would still have a timer or some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, how hard is it to have a timer?
But then you gotta pull over, turn the fucking pizza off.
No, it's fine. Just it turns off automatically.
But still, it's even though it turns off, it's hot in there and it's still cooking.
Yeah, it's still cooking. Like Pizza Hut had the good idea was their pizza bags, the ones that those leather bags they carry them in, those were fucking heated, so they would plug them into the fucking cigarette lighter, and that would power the heater, and that would keep pizza hot and fresh.
Yeah.
That's a better idea than.
That is. Are you guys scared of this earthquake? You guys think there's an earthquake?
What earthquake?
Here.
Huh?
Here, earthquake.
What earthquake here?
When do you think there's gonna be an earthquake?
Oh, I'm sure there will be. I'm good. I mean, I'm not afraid.
What earthquake is that?
I mean, I think I live in an area that's sturdy enough that I should survive. I don't, but I'm hoping.
How do you know?
I'm hoping.
We haven't had an earthquake in so long.
Yeah, we haven't had the last major one.
There's not.
What, 94? Was it 94? The Northridge? I think when was the last major LA quake? I'm gonna search for that.
And it still wasn't that big.
Northridge was huge. Northridge fucked up a lot of shit.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the size of the rating. The decibel rating or whatever the fuck it's called.
No, that one was it was an 8. I think.
I don't know.
Let's see. Last major LA earthquake. Northridge earthquake. 94. Epicenter was in Reseda. Let me see. So yeah, since 94, what was the Blind Thrust earthquake had a monument grade of 6.7.
See, not even that big, bro. That's the baby stuff.
That's still, yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
I mean, it is, but like, What was the Mexico one? Wasn't it like 8 point something?
Yeah, I think the Mexico one was the last Mexico quake was.
The first one I think was the biggest one. There was 3 of them, wasn't there? There was the big one. I think there might have been 4, right?
I
There
don't
was
know.
like a small one before the big one, and then there's like 2 like smaller ones, and then there's just buildings dropping like bodies.
Yeah, there was 3. There was 3 altogether.
Okay.
The latest one was 6.1. Let's see.
That's crazy. That was the smallest one. Was this, like around the same size as the Reseda one.
Yeah, that was an aftershock.
That's insane.
But the aftershocks for the Northridge one were that's the thing too. They were saying is the Northridge quakes, the aftershocks were around the 6.1.
They were the same size.
They were about the same size. The first one, the initial one was 8.2, and then
8.2.
8.2. That's fucking massive.
That's insane, bro.
Did you see the? Have you seen the video footage of that apartment collapsing?
Yeah.
That shit's nuts, man. There was one. It's fucked up.
Imagine being in that. I wonder if there was anybody in that.
There was a fucked up video I was watching. Have you seen the video
Those,
that people?
there's a couple of them of just buildings just collapsing like that.
The one it made me laugh though, because like, have you seen the one? Is people walking and the fucking ground, the quake hits, and people are like, they're like getting thrown fucking side, like they're on their feet still, but they're just like, it's like they're on a boat,
Yeah.
like, and it's just shifting. But someone got that, you know that Mexican line dance song, that fucking.
Oh my god,
dude, it's so fucked up, but it's hilarious because it fucking like they're all just like they all shift at the same time. It's pretty fucked
Where
up.
it's like those white people are on the boat.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I'll see if I can find it.
The one that turned down for what? Have you seen that video?
Yeah.
Boat?
Oh, the one with the boat that
It's like, turned down for what? And then it like fucking turns and shit.
That,
like,
yeah.
You just see this fucking white lady go like.
Have you seen that
You
video?
just see them all like, because they're like going like this, so it like looks like they're dancing or whatever. And then it just hits hard, and they all just like fucking fly to that one side.
Yeah.
And like a couple of them hit their head on the fucking side of the boat and shit. The steering wheel. Yeah, but they were flying. What is that sound?
I don't know. I think on that note, we're gonna wrap this up. We've already been here for about an hour.
Turned down for what?
So, Facebook.com/TheRealPressStart. On Tweeters @RealPressStart. And YouTube. We're on YouTube. You can listen to the shows on YouTube. And then Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, fucking iTunes, Spotify, wherever the fuck you want to listen to it, you can listen to it. On that note, game over.
You tell what?
No more questions.